Okay, ladies, buckle in because this is a reading on disgraced comedian Matt Rife. Because why the f not? Because someone tell me why the f this man bought the Annabelle doll. Because tell me why this man decided to be the face of Elf Cosmetics, knowing that all women basically hate him. So let's just get into it. You know the drill. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over everything I do personally know about him. So I know he used to be on Wild and Out, about his DV jokes, why women don't like him, know about Tana Mojo clocking him. And I'm sorry, if Tana Mojo clocks you, there's no coming back. And that's pretty much the bulk of my knowledge on Matt Rife, except for some reason I've just seen him popping up on my For You page in the last couple days because he bought the Annabelle doll and now he's the face of Elf Cosmetics. So let's get into it. Right off the bat, low frequency energy here, no major arcana in the first even 4 cards. And of those 4 cards that dropped out first, the 5 of Wands, hella conflict, disagreements, tension. And then we got 3 Pentacle cards. So, dare I say money struggles? I'm not sure. It's not me, okay? It's not my ego. It's not my bias. It's the cards. There's 3 of them, okay? So, right off the bat, this card tells me one of 3 things. This card suggests that there may be a conflict or a problem brewing that's going to blow up in someone's face. It can depict a problem in communication. For example, when no one really wants to listen to the other, meaning that no argument or understanding takes place. The 5 men may signify problems in a group of people who are not patient enough to listen to what anyone else is saying. They only want to be heard, and since none of the others will listen, they all argue at once. So either this is about Matt Rife not listening to public outlash and outcry about his actions or his career decisions, career moves, or possibly Matt Rife fighting with his own team, whether that be PR or management, or them fighting with him on what he wants. Also, when this card comes up in a career reading, it indicates that this person you're reading for is in a career with a lot of competition, which his field, his industry, arguably extremely competitive. In career and finances, it can also show a little bit of financial instability, which could be the reason for all these pentacle cards coming up right after it, or pentacles, otherwise also known as coins, because of how they deal with abundance and money. He has a passion for competition as well as challenges, but he may be feeling a little bit of regret. And then next we got the Knight of Pentacles, another card that's heavy on work. And it's a card really about slow, unstable financial moves, kind of. Usually someone who's more responsible, which this might throw all of us off here, considering how we personally feel about these moves, but hear me out. So notoriously, anyone who invests in the Conjuring House ends up in the red. I don't think there's ever been a single person, at least that I know of, who has tried to take control of the Conjuring House and came out like actually making a good profit, which is why it runs through so many hands so often. This partnership with Elf isn't really something he has to invest much of his own money or time into, but it is a solid paycheck as well as a partnership, you know? So I think the move of deciding to be the face of Elf was more for a financial security, a financial pillow, blanket. 333 on the clock when I said that. He might be feeling regret about the Conjuring House and the Annabelle doll. We might also see him branch into a new area of the industry, kind of a new direction for his career that no one expected him going to. Which, believe me, The Conjuring already, okay? The Annabelle doll, none of us saw that coming. Elf, none of us saw that coming. But this might be a breadcrumb trail to a larger change, because the Knight of Pentacles is very slow and methodical with his decisions about career building, future building, money building. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, jealousy, insecurity, selfishness, the card of misplaced priorities. Misplaced priorities which may eventually be compromising to your future. You may find yourself distracted and unable to work on your long-term goals. Interesting. You could also be busy working on projects without taking time to consult experienced people who can guide you away from mistakes. Gone is the generosity in her upright suit. Upright, her home is usually a sanctuary for her guests, but reverse, it may instead be solvently. She loses the ability to take care of herself and her surroundings. Her focus on the material may manifest negatively, making her greedy and yet lacking in her sense of duty and capability. How can she ground herself again? How can she re-enter the sacred relationship she naturally feels with the earth and all its living creatures? He might be trying to make amends or, repair his reputation. Because though this says selfish, unkempt, jealous, insecure, misplaced priorities, it can suggest that when this person shows this card in reverse, it can also suggest that they are ready to take accountability for that archetype or that negative persona and move forward from it. The Queen of Pentacles, when reversed in a career meaning, can signify your career can be a bit chaotic right now, meaning that you may find it hard to get a stable income. Don't be afraid to do as the Queen of Pentacles does and get your hands dirty. Let her confidence in her capabilities inspire. As a person, she may symbolize a colleague or a business partner, but one that may be lazy or terrible at managing her tasks. Be cautious, as she may create more problems that you would otherwise not need to solve. So interesting. We do have the thing about conflict here where I said he could be fighting with management or his team, and we're being told to beware of a manager who is either lazy or creating problems. Or maybe he's not taking his time to listen to a group of experienced people trying to push him in the right direction and going on all these random side quests. This can mean self-doubt, neglecting his well-being, and trying to maintain harmony in a disharmonious situation. And funny enough, all the crazy side quests, we get the 8 of Coins. The 8 of Coins is kind of like the workaholic card, someone who has a skill or expertise, but maybe throwing themselves into a ton of work that might not be super meaningful. Let me just read for this card online. But at the end of the day, this card says, good outcomes in career, good outcomes in work. The work is paying off, which I believe it's kind of throwing me off here with the rest of this reading. But I guess it shouldn't be, because at the end of the day, no matter whether you or I like what's going on, it's bound to make him a ton of money. But it does show us that he really is throwing himself hardcore into these side quests. I pulled another card asking for what's his angle on the whole purchasing the Annabelle doll kind of thing, and we got the 5 of Cups, loss, grief, disappointment. It signifies loss and despair. Torment. Yeah, fucking with the Annabelle doll's gonna fuck with you. I'm sorry. That is bad mojo you didn't even need to be putting in your life. No one needs to be putting that mojo in their life. It can also show an unwillingness to learn from past mistakes and an inability to appreciate the joy that the future can bring because of this state of mourning. He may have done this because he may have felt forced into taking a step backwards in his career or being pushed backwards in his career. This may have been a project he originally intended to embark on someone else that may have canceled on it or abandoned the project, leaving him to do it alone. That's another thing this card can suggest. It could have been due to a lack of financial resources. He may be currently suffering substantial economic loss from the decision. Maybe he didn't do it because he was low on money, but maybe this decision caused him to be low on money. And take low on money, honestly, even with all these coin cards, subjectively. Okay, these people live incredibly different lifestyles from you or I. Okay, I have to hurry up because I'm recording on TikTok. The moon in reverse, confusion, fear, misinterpretation. The more darker and negative aspects of the moon are present in your life, battling confusion, anxiety, self-deception. I also asked what his angle on becoming the face of elf was. We got another card on battle and conflict, the 5 of Swords. Look at it in comparison to the 5 of Wands. There's definitely a smugness here, some kind of conflict with a team, a whole group of people, whether that be with the public or his own personal employees or team. And then we have the Death card, endings, changes, transformation, transition, new beginning. Heavy on the reputation work here. So not only may he be trying to fix his career or finances, he's really trying to, I feel like, end this chapter and make amends again for the way he's been towards women. That may have been the reason he was going on to be the face of elf. He might have been suggested not to do it. He said, haha, I'm going to be victorious in this, I'm going to do it. And now this kind of stuff's happening. Running out of time, but again, the big gist is fixing his reputation, fixing his finances, and really trying to feel passionate and set on a straight path with his career again. Trying to make his career more of an energetic and happy experience rather than a frictional one or one that makes him feel trapped. And that's our reading on Matt Rife and what the hell his new side quests are about. Thank you. Let me know if there's someone else you want me to read for, and bye. You can always book a reading with me. It's in the caption or in the bio.